Get your pens and papers out, boys and girls. Get your pens and fucking papers out. Get your fucking pens and papers out. We're doing some work. I was simply thinking on big explosions, not long-term proc chances. Okay, so get your pens and papers out. Get your pens and papers out. Right? So, excuse me. Okay, so fellas, I'm a black, right? So, let me change something really quickly before I do this. I need to go and do not disturb on Steam. So, say you have a ukulele, right? So let's say you have a ukulele, right? So I'll draw like a dinky little guitar, right? So this is your ukulele, right? Right, here's your ukulele, right? So every item in this game has a proc chance. Right? So say you're playing Commando. So Commando is M1. So M1 equals 1.0 proc. Right? So this means that if you have a 10% proc chance, so 1.0 basically means if you have 10%, 1.0 means you have 10%, right? So the ATG missile launcher, so we'll do the ATG missile launcher, which is like this. It's like a box, right? And then you've got like the little silo bit for the missiles, right? So this is your ATG, right? So every time you shoot an M1, right? So every time you aim on an enemy, you have a 10%. So this is 10%, right? So every single time you mouse one, because your mouse one has a 1.0 proc coefficient, you have a 10% chance of procking this because this is 1.0. However, the ATG missile has a proc coefficient of 1.0, right? So because this has a proc coefficient of 1.0, if I shoot an enemy, so say this is 1, right? This is 1. I shoot an enemy, right? I proc the ATG, right? The ATG has a proc coefficient of 1.0, right? The ATG then procs the ukulele, which is your second proc, right? The ukulele has a proc chance of 0.2 per chain. So this can chain up to 3 targets base, right? So that's a 0.2 per chain, which is up to 3. So that's 0.2 times 3. So this is ukulele stuff we're going on here, right? So if I have a sticky bomb, which we'll just doodle down here, like down here. So if you have a sticky bomb, Fake Classes 101, hey, Celux. So I have a 0.2% chance of procking another item with the ukulele, which then procs the sticky bomb, which is proc free. This is a proc chain. I am on an enemy. I hit the 10% proc chance of the ATG. The ATG hits an enemy and it procs my ukulele, and then the ukulele can then proc other items. But only certain items have a proc chance. So, items that don't have proc chances would be tri-tip daggers, Ronald's band, the other band, the ice band. The fire and ice bands don't have a proc chance. Sticky bombs, I've already explained. So it's tri-tip daggers, sticky bombs, bands. Fuck, what else? What else is really good that doesn't have a proc chance? Gasoline doesn't have a proc chance. Like a bunch of items don't have proc chances, but the items that do have proc chances, let me get a new I can't like this. Let me get a new thing up for you. Don't save. So let me get a new thing up for you, right? So the items that have proc chances is Will-O-Wisp, which is like a jar with like a little fire thing in it. So we'll do like, there he is. So that's Will-O-Wisp. This has a proc chance of 1.0. You've got your ukulele. That's a terrible ukulele. You've got your ukulele, which has a proc chance of 0.2. You've got your ATG missile launcher, which has a proc chance of 1.0. And then for red items, you've got the Tesla coil, which I believe has a proc chance of 0.33. You've got sacrificial daggers, which has a proc chance of, I believe, 1.0. And then you've got sacrificial meat hook. We'll just do like a DBD hook or something. So this is meat hook, right? There you go. There's your meat hook. And this has a proc chance of 1.0. So everything's starting to come together, right? So when proc chances happen, say if I kill an enemy, right, and a Will-O-Wisp procs, the Will-O-Wisp can then proc the ukulele can then proc the ATG, right? But it cannot go back, so it cannot repeat itself. So if I proc the ukulele, I cannot proc the ATG cannot proc the ukulele again. If the ATG procs the ukulele cannot proc the ATG again. So what happens here is, what a proc chain basically is your Tesla coil procs your meat hook procs your ukulele procs your ATG, and then your ATG procs your white items, like tri-tip daggers, sticky bombs, shit like that. Ronald's bands, and that's what this is called. This is called the end of the proc chain. So this is basically the end of the proc chain right here. And then obviously if you kill an enemy, then like fucking both of these can lead into these and start their own proc chains, and this is how like you get your fucking crazy damage. So you're constantly killing shit, which means your Will-O-Wisps are going, which means you've got proc chances for these three. You've got your sacrificial daggers. When the sacrificial daggers go in and stab enemies, you've got these three proccing. You've got this active all the time, which is proccing these. It's like, and then these are proccing these, and it's just like, it's fucking just, you just get mad damage from all these procs, you know. Anyway, that's your lesson on proc chances, on proc chains. If you want a better explanation of it, go watch Woolie's video on it. Woolie does a much better job at explaining proc chains than me. I just have a lot of fun doodling in paint, okay?